tried to RuneScape Classic, it was good to me. Finished every quest it had, easy as 1, 2, 3. 22 full years of questing to make some deaths forevermore. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2004. Welcome back to March 29th, 2004. We are going to be getting into the rune crafting skill and all the neat things that involves. But first, I'm going to do some magic with the runes that I already have. Attacking moss giants and running very weird ways there for some reason. Can I keep attacking? Okay. Anyways, we've got our Gothic staff being fantastic. Level 60, two-handed, hitting big old numbers because it's slow and level 60. We are using Air Blast, which is a level 41 spell. But with the way things work, it scales up to level 61, and then that is capped by our staff at level 60. So this is fine. Not worrying about most of the drops from the moss giants, since a lot of those don't exist. Just getting a little bit of experience here. And they do have a decent amount of XP they give. So that works for me. Get some bones here. That's the most interesting part, I suppose. And we were just in the area, so we can deal with that here. We've got a few hundred air runes. We just one-shot that moss giant at 370. My goodness. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Got these air runes for when we were doing the mage arena. So now we have air runes we need to use up. Technically we're going to be making more air runes for rune crafting. But before we get to that, I also want to do some other things. There's another 370. I guess we would be better off going to some other monster, which has more health, so we can't one-shot them. My goodness. My goodness. This is definitely strong enough that it would be a better experience fighting actual monsters instead of chickens. My goodness, the damage. At this point, definitely our strongest combat style, since we can have the two-handed amount of damage here. So that is very nice. Don't know if we're gonna get any like levels or anything here. Doing a bit of magic. That's okay. And they're still aggressive since they are level 51 and we are level 91. So not quite there yet. And at this point we're also very much melee based from all our fire giant training. So a little bit of magic here at the moss giants isn't going to change that. Taking a little bit of damage since we don't have any mage armor. Mostly because mage armor doesn't exist yet. So here we are. Technically we could be using like protect from melee. Take a little bit less damage, but we're also going to need to get rid of these sharks for inventory space purposes. So taking a little bit of damage here is not a big deal. So I'm just going to use up the rest of my air runes here and see what that gets us to. We need 8,000 more XP for a magic level. Could happen. Boy. The handful of air runes that the moss giants dropped here really did work out perfectly here. Because we are very, very close to having run out before we got to 64 magic. But we did. We did get there. So that is Apatol Teleport and Shadow Burst. Those do not exist. Also cleaned a few herbs, got some nature runes, and a black square shield. Very cool. So now, we do some inventory cleanup here. M2, clean that. The cleaning experience is not a huge amount, but it's definitely something. Alright. So now, we've done our magic for right now. We're going to stop doing magic for right now. Switch back into the melee set, everything that involves, and start cleaning the inventory here. Because we have things we want to do. I'm gonna sip the rest of my prayer potion here to get the prayer points back. Drop that. Drop the sharks. Drop the water runes, earth runes, monk robes, wizard hat, short bow, destroy the Gothic Scape. We just go back to the mage arena, get another one of those. That'll be fine. And with the amount of fire runes we have, we actually don't have enough. Those water runes back. I guess we have enough fire runes, we can go get more fire runes. That'll work fine. Everything else here, not too helpful. So, Tavarok. Just gonna need to grab a few more air runes also while we're here to really maximize what we're about to get up to. Let's head to Aubrey's store here, where he now sells Cosmic and Death Runes, or Chaos and Death Runes rather, which we obviously don't need here. Trade and get some fire runes. Be alching 5 things. So 5, 6, 7, 8 fire runes, 2 air runes. That'll be it. Put us right where we want to be. Since we are not going to be doing magic for right now, I'm going to be alching my magic staffs. We made this Mystic Water Staff, and now we don't need it anymore at all. So, high alch that for 25,500 coins. Not bad. And we use that staff to get this staff, the Gothic Staff, which we can high alch for 48,000 coins. Now, if we want to get that back, it costs more than that, but that is a problem for future me. Also going to alch this black square shield we got from the Moss Giants. Don't need that. Going to alch the rune pickaxe. We will need a pickaxe later, but we can probably get away with not the rune one. And we can just buy this from a shop, so that's not a problem. Unfortunately, only alchs for 1,000. And now, we have the fire runes for 1 more high alchemy. In order to save an inventory space in what I'm doing next, and because it just makes a lot of sense, I'm high alching my dragon longsword. Goodbye, dragon longsword. You served us well. We will be getting a dragon mace next time we need a weapon. But technically for now, we could technically make by with a rune hatchet equipped. Look at it go. I think the rune hatchet weapon stats are actually not good. Well, that's okay. Drop the nature rune and teleport to Camelot. As you might expect from the things we've kept here, we are going to be doing stuff with the rune hatchet. Very rune hatchet things. First, we need a knife. Should be on the ground here. Pick that up. We're going to be training woodcutting and fletching. Woodcutting, because we are going to need higher level woodcutting in the future. And while we have the rune hatchet, is the best time to make that happen. Originally, this was just going to be a venture to 75 woodcutting in order to chop magic trees. But 2023 happened, and a woodcutting update happened, changing the levels for a lot of different trees. Like maple from 45 to 40, willow from 30 to 20, oak from 15 to 10, yew from 60 to 70, and most annoyingly for us, because it makes it more difficult and we don't have the level yet, magic trees from 75 to 80. For just to make it more tier based or whatever. Magic trees were changed. They were added in 2002. So even for us, magic trees have existed for 2 entire years. But they decided 21 years later, it's time for magic trees to be level 80. So that is now what we need to do. And so, we're going to test out a few things here. In the glorious forests of Sears Village, to Catherby area, we've got many different trees we can try out. Our goals here are to make woodcutting level go up, along with fletching, because that's just helpful. And then we will take our fletched supplies and sell them to the general store. The only question is, which would be the best? We've got options because of our high fletching level. We can do yew short bows from the yews. So no yew longbows yet. Or we can do maple longbows, technically shield bows, or willow shield bows. All unstrung, of course, because we still can't pick flax because that gives farming XP. So I'm going to do some tests here to see which trees and chopping speeds and fletching XP and woodcutting XP and running distance, which one fits best with what we're currently at. So I'll be back with data. Okay, the numbers are in. A lot of these are different than they would have been due to the 2023 woodcutting rework, which, along with changing the levels for things, also changed how difficult they were to woodcut and hatchet stats and all that. But we work with what we got here. And what we got here is pretty interesting. For the willow trees, right here, very close, very convenient. And the stats that we currently have of 71 woodcutting and 65 fletching, we were getting, would have been about 32,000 woodcutting, 19,000 fletching, and 22,000 GP per hour. So that was a good baseline. Seemed reasonable. If we run over to the maple trees, which are definitely further away, so definitely more running time, to these two maple trees here, until they were both fallen at the same time, then you have to run over to these maple trees over here. That was 34,000 woodcutting, 20,000 fletching, and 32,000 GP per hour. So, a little bit more woodcutting, basically the same amount of fletching, and significantly more GP. So, better in every way, though, compared to the willow trees. So, that's fantastic. And then, we went to yew trees, which were 45,000 woodcutting, 16,000 fletching, and 29,000 GP per hour. So, in our goal of getting woodcutting, this is by far the best choice, which is interesting because yew trees are now level 70. We still have our rune hatchet. But still, way more woodcutting XP. The fletching experience is actually worse than the other options, which is interesting. Which definitely means we're going to end up with less fletching experience from doing woodcutting this way. And also the gold was kind of in the middle. This will change quite a bit if we get to 70 fletching, because then that would let us use yew shield bows, and that would be much better. Instead of getting 67.5 fletching, it's 75. And they also sell for quite a bit more too. So, I think the vastly increased woodcutting experience is worth the small hit to fletching and GP. We'll have to see how much we're going to end up with by the end of this. And for trades, they're trying to sell it for quite more than we're selling for. Sell the yew short bows for 120. That's like half of the high alch price. I had considered possibly buying nature runes and alching the bows for a bit of profit. But the problem with that is nature runes are very expensive and in limited supply. As much as it would train magic a little bit, it's not really so super worth it. Maybe if I ever have a excess of nature runes. But even then, I've got better mining and smithing options for using up a bunch of nature runes. So I think this will work just fine. So we need to get 80 woodcutting before we have to get rid of the rune hatchet. And at currently 45,000 XP per hour, that's going to take a little bit. That's a new AFK grind we can do, which is always nice to have. 72 woodcutting. And that is a quest requirement. Also, I took all of the alch money out of the money pouch. That's now in the inventory correctly. We got 1,933,000 coins. And then the money that's in the coin pouch here, that is all from selling the bows here. We can see how much we've made from this in total. 66 fletching. That is Argonite arrows and Thygat longbows, both in Daemonheim. Dungeoneering, not a thing yet. We just need to worry about rune crafting now existing. It's going to be quite a few skills before that. 73 woodcutting. That is nothing. 67 fletching. That is adamant darts. We cannot make the dart tips for that, though, with our smithing level. So, can't make adamant darts. They do exist, though, so that's interesting. 74 woodcutting. Nothing. 75 woodcutting. Well, that is 3 quest requirements, evil magic trees, and woodpox capacity increase. that comes along with the woodcutting changes, which also made it so we can't chop regular magic trees. Interesting that they kept the evil magic trees the same level. Can't chop those either, unfortunately. But yeah, actual magic trees are level 80 now, so we are not done with woodcutting just yet. 68 fletching. So I got staffs and wands in Daemonheim. Still no dungeoneering. Fantastic. Well, that's enough fletching for right now. Going to take the 292,000 coins we've got from selling all those bows. Withdraw that into the cash stack here for a new total of 2,225,000 coins. This money is going to be important in the future, but in the present, we're going to do the next quest. Rune Mysteries. Starting by talking to Duke Horatio. Greetings. Welcome to my castle. Very good. Have you any quests for me? Well, it's not really a quest, but I recently discovered this strange talisman. It seems to be mystical, and I have never seen anything like it before. Would you take it to the head wizard at the wizard's tower for me? It's just southwest of here. It should not take you very long at all. I would be awfully grateful. Start Rune Mysteries quest? Yeah. Sure, no problem. Thank you very much, stranger. I'm sure the head wizard will reward you for such an interesting find. The Duke hands you an air talisman. Very cool. So, we've got an air talisman. And we need to bring it over to the wizard's tower. Easily doable. We can just head over there. We've got a few different paths we could take. I'm just gonna go kind of the long way here. Doing Rune Mysteries. We just get around the side of the castle here on this upper section. There's not massive holes in the walls. There's not exits through the back. We just need to go around the castle, get down to the fence line here between the completely normal forest and the swamp. Just run this way towards Draenor and the wizard's tower. We'll do just perfectly fine for us here. And we need to go see the head wizard in the wizard's tower. There is a handful of wizards in here. We'll go find the one we're looking for. Coming in through the entrance here and heading into the basement. And by the basement I mean we're gonna go down from here and we will find Archmage Citrador, the head wizard. Welcome, adventurer, to the world-renowned Wizard's Tower. How may I help you? Oh, I'm just looking around. No. We are here on important business. I'm looking for the head wizard. Oh, you are you? And just why would you be doing that? The Duke of Lumbridge sent me to find him. I have this weird talisman he found. He said the head wizard would be very interested in it. Did he now? Well, that is interesting. Hand it over then, adventurer. Let me see what all the hubbub is about. Just some amulet, I'll wager. Alright, here you go. He's the head wizard. You hand the talisman to the wizard. Wow, this is incredible. This talisman you brought me is the last piece of the puzzle, I think. Finally, the legacy of our ancestors that will return to us once more. I need time to study this, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Can you please do me this task while I study this talisman you have brought me? In the mighty town of Varrock, which is located northeast of here, there's a certain shop that sells magical runes. I have in this package all of the research I have done relating to the rune stones, and require somebody to take them to the shopkeeper so that he may share my research and offer me his insights. Do this thing for me and bring back what he gives you, and if my suspicions are correct, I will let you into the knowledge of one of the greatest secrets this world has ever known. A secret so powerful that it destroyed the original Wizard's Tower all of those centuries ago. My research, combined with this mysterious talisman, I cannot believe the answer to the mysteries is so close now. Do this for me, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Be rewarded in a way you can never imagine. I'm up for that. Yes, certainly. Take this package and head directly north from here, through Draenor Village, until you reach the Barbarian Village, and head east from there until you reach Varrock. Once in Varrock, take this package to the owner of the rune shop. His name is Aubrey. You may find it helpful to ask one of Varrock's citizens for directions, as Varrock can be a confusing place for the first-time visitor. He will give you a special item. Bring it back to me, and I shall show you the mystery of the runes. The head wizard gives you a package. Best of luck with your quest, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Alright. I mean, we could follow his instructions to go to Varrock and then ask around, but I think we're a bit past that. This is not our first rodeo in Varrock, by a long shot. And we can literally just teleport here. Also, I'm not sure how much help you're going to get trying to ask other NPCs where the rune shop is. Might be just more flavor text than anything. But we are well aware of the location of Aubrey here. We've purchased many a rune from him in the past. So, talk to Aubrey. Do you want to buy some runes? Not right now. I have been sent here with a package for you. It's from the head wizard at the Wizard's Tower. Really? But surely he can't have... Please, let me have it. It must be extremely important for him to have sent a stranger. You hand Aubrey the research package. This is incredible. Please give me a few moments to quickly look over this, and then talk to me again. And a few moments pass. My gratitude to you, adventurer, for bringing me these research notes. I noticed that you brought the head wizard a special talisman that was the key to finally unlocking the puzzle. Combined with the information I had already collated regarding the rune essence, I think we have finally unlocked the power to... No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Please take this summary of my research back to the head wizard at the Wizard's Tower. I trust his judgment on whether to let you in on our little secret or not. Aubrey gives you his research notes. Alright. Not too bad. Just coming over here to Varrock. Unfortunately, the return trip is going to be a little less convenient. Just teleporting over to Lumbridge again. We've already done the run over to the Wizard's Tower here. First time with a talisman. This time with some research notes. Same thing. It all works out. And at least we don't have to run all the way to and from Varrock. We got some magic on our side while dealing with these magic shenanigans. Teleportation. It's pretty great. It is pretty great. So let us get back up to Archmage Cedridor. Cross the bridge here. It's a nice bridge. Very good. It connects the land to the island. What more can you ask for? Going back down. Yep. Descend. And talk to Zedrador. Welcome, adventurer, to the world-renowned Wizard's Tower. How may I help you? Ah, Parkour's on Ironman Artic. How goes your quest? Have you delivered the research notes to my friend Aubrey yet? Yes, I have. He gave me some research notes to pass on to you. Lots of research going on here. Because it is important. May I have his notes then? Sure, I have them here. Well, before you hand them over to me, as you have been nothing but truthful with me to this point, and I admire that in an adventurer, I will let you into the secret of our research. Now, as you may or may not know, many centuries ago, the wizards at this tower learnt the secret of creating rune stones, which allowed us to cast magic very easily. When this tower was burnt down, the secret of creating runes was lost to all of us for all time. Except it wasn't. Some months ago, while searching these ruins for information from the old days, I came upon a scroll, almost destroyed, that detailed a magical rock deep in the ice fields of the north, closed off from all access by anything other than magical means. This rock was called the Rune Essence by the magicians who studied its powers. Apparently, by simply breaking a chunk from it, a rune stone could be fashioned very quickly and easily at certain elemental altars that were scattered across the land back then. Now, this is an interesting little piece of history, but not much use to us as modern wizards without access to the rune essence or these elemental altars. This is where you and Aubrey come into this story. A few weeks back, Aubrey discovered a standard delivery of runes to his store, a parchment detailing a teleportation spell that he had never come across before. To his shock, when cast, it took him into a strange rock he'd never encountered before. Yet, that felt strangely familiar. As I'm sure you have now guessed, he had discovered a portal leading to the mythical rune essence. As soon as he told me of this spell, I saw the importance of his find. For if we could but find the elemental altars spoken of in the ancient texts, we would once more be able to create runes as our ancestors had done. It would be the savior of the wizard's art. I'm still not sure how I fit into this little story of yours. You haven't guessed? This talisman you brought me is the key to the elemental altar of air. When you hold it next, it will direct you towards the entrance to the long-forgotten air altar. By bringing pieces of the rune essence to the air temple, you will be able to fashion your own air runes. And this is not all. By finding other talismans similar to this one, you will eventually be able to craft every rune that is available on this world, just as our ancestors did. I cannot stress enough what a find this is. Now, due to the risks involved of letting this mighty power fall into the wrong hands, I will be keeping the teleport skill to the rune essence a closely guarded secret, shared only by myself and those mages around the world who I trust enough to keep it. This means that if any evil power should discover the talismans required to enter the elemental temples, we will be able to prevent their access to the rune essence, and prevent tragedy befalling this world. I know not where the temples are located, nor do I know where the talismans have been scattered to in this land. But I now return your air talisman to you. Find the air temple, and you will be able to charge your rune essence to become air runes at will. Anytime you wish to visit the rune essence, speak to me or Aubrey, and we'll open a portal to that mystical place for you to visit. So only you and Aubrey know the teleport spell to the rune essence? No, there are others, whom I will tell of your authorization to visit that place. When you speak to them, they will know you and grant you access to that place when asked. Use the air talisman to locate the air temple, and use any further talismans you find to locate the other missing elemental temples. Now, my research notes, please. You hand the wizard the research notes. He hands you back the air talisman. And quest complete. We can now access the Rune Essence Mine by teleporting with Centrador, Aubrey, or a handful of other mages. Very interesting place. We got Rune Essence, and that's pretty much it. Like they said, it's out here in the frozen north, or something. And then when we're done, just enter a portal to get brought back to where we entered. Eventually, Rune Mysteries was not required to get to the Rune Essence. So that's interesting. So technically we could have already gone through there if we had perhaps misclicked and unlocked the song and an achievement for going there. But we're not going to worry about that. What we're going to worry about is the fact that Rune Mysteries was completely redone in 2012. And also, it's already done because we needed a quest point in order to do Hero's Quest. So, we are in a time-traveling pickle here again. This time, we already know what we need to do because we were there. So, we've got a few things we need to take care of to get things set in motion. First up, we need to write ourselves a note here. Remember saying, meet me outside the wizard's tower, don't ask any questions? And pop through a portal here in time back to 2002 me, who was hanging outside the Heroes Guild, unable to even start the quest. So that goes through there. And now we are en route to the Wizard's Tower. So let's get everything put together over there. Okay. We've got our portal to 2002 and our portal to 2012 open here. This should allow us to get where we are going. And also for us to get where we are going. And for us to meet us where we're gonna be. It's time to go. So, first thing we need to do is head back to 2002. And then we need to go to 2012. Or, well, something like that. So, first to 2002. What do you think you're doing? Time police. Stop right there. What? What do you mean? Were you trying to go back in time? Looking like that? Are you trying to cause a paradox here? No? Not really, but I need to go and get me, because I got me. Not looking like that, you didn't. I'm going to be taking over this operation. You go stand in a corner or something. Try to be out of the way. Fine, jeez. See how I'm going to be over in the corner. My gosh. Okay. Let's actually do this correctly here. Judging by the time distortions and time things, our records show should have been something like this. This. And obviously, the Dragon Longsword. The Dragon Longsword. Time is on my side. So let us go to 2002, as this is where this portal should go. Alright, now just go through that portal. Are you sure? I just got here. Look, I'm from here. I got you. I know what's going on. Just go through there and meet me in the future, I guess. We've made this needlessly complicated. Remember to make this needlessly complicated. Because you did. This is your fault. You just told me to come here. Fine. The next portal then? The future? Yes, go. Alright. Okay, I guess I'm done here now. Bye. Yep. Back to 2002 for you. Okay. Well, that worked. It was a little messy, but it worked. So, no more traveling to the past, I guess, would probably be a good plan. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good plan. Hopefully, I don't need to come back. So, you just stay here. I've closed the time portals, going back to Time Police headquarters. Hopefully, we never see you again. Me. Or whatever. Alright, bye. Okay. I guess that's that then. Yep. Definitely not going to go to the past anymore. With any luck, we should be on the receiving end of time traveling at this point now. I think there's still going to be a little bit more we need to do. But, at least for now, it's sorted. Now, we can actually play the skill. Rune crafting. Needless to say, the air talisman we should have been given was not included in the 2012 change. So we need to go and get our own. Talismans are going to be a bit of a situation, all things considered here, because drop tables have changed for things. So what we need to do here is get an air talisman. At least that one still possible. And we're going to get it from goblins. Unfortunately, we have the rune hatchet as our weapon now, but should still be fine. Got some stuff on here that wouldn't be on the drop tables, but air talisman is. I'm just going to bonk some goblins, not worry about any of their very below average loot here. Just need an air talisman. By the looks of things, should be a 1 in 128 drop. But as we are just absolutely bonking them, one hidden constantly, it should not take too long at all. Alright. That was like 3 times the drop rate there. Turn on the drops tab here. Air talisman. There we go. Very good. Now that's going to get us into the air altar, but it's not going to be very helpful if we go in there without essence. So let's go get a pickaxe. It might be a little bit of a waste of money here. I'm just going to get the room pickaxe. There you go. This will be very good at mining, which is, in fact, the goal here. Back to Varrock. And we'll make a little bit of space in the inventory here. Drop everything else we don't need currently. Still holding on to the law runes and feathers and axe. But this'll work. So we're going to go mine some mine some rune essence here. Teleporting with Aubrey, Centaur, Disney, Malenko, all that. And we get an achievement for this teleport here. So that'll work. Mining essence is definitely something here. We're getting lots of essence per mine here. Part of the making it so it's not as bad to mine it. That's interesting. Weird. Also, we're getting pure essence instead of rune essence, like we were told about. Well, that is because in 2006, in an attempt to fight real-world trading and botting and such, pure essence was added as a members-only version that's usable on all the runes, and rune essence was kept as only usable for lower level runes. And since we have over 30 mining, we just automatically get it. So that's fine. One thing that is also slightly changed here is the location of the air altar. Previously, before being changed in 2009, the air altar was south of Falador. It was moved over here in part of the safe zone changes, where like half of the free-to-play map had nothing aggressive or dangerous or anything anymore. And they needed a way to introduce rune crafting in there. Lots of guards used to guard all the different spots where you would exit the safe zone. But now, the air altar is here. So we use our air talisman and enter the air ruins here and craft at the air altar. We already have 3 rune crafting from Rune Mysteries, but that didn't actually unlock anything at level 2 or 3. We just got all these level 1 things. Air runes, mind runes, small pouch, cyclones, mind storms, air slings, mind slings, and float platforms. What actually matters here is the runes. And air runes are definitely the most useful. So we just bind some air runes there, and there is level 4. Nothing at level 4. And then we just need to run back to Varrock. If the altar was still in Falador, our best bet would be running to the Wizard's Tower and back, which is a bit longer of a run, just a bit, all the way to Draenor and all that. But that is not where the altar is anymore. So, it is what it is. So we are going to mine some essence, make some air runes, get at least a few rune crafting levels here, since we can. Level 5 rune crafting. That is all skills level 5. Amazing. That is water runes, water pools, and water esslings. Most of the other things that aren't runes are in RuneSpan, which doesn't exist. But now we could craft water runes. Main problem with other runes is that they are further away from essence. Ultimate Ironman rune crafting is definitely a whole thing. We're just going to do some air runes for right now. I don't know if we're going to do anything with these air runes. That's definitely something to consider. But at least for now, the rune crafting is the important part. 6 rune crafting. Mist runes. Those are combination runes. Those also don't exist yet. And would be wildly inconvenient for us to try to runecraft even if they did exist. We're going to stick to the regular runes for now. Because those are the ones that exist. Yeah. 7 rune crafting. Nothing. 8 rune crafting. Nothing. It is notable that this is the last level. We're going to get a entire level for every trip over here. Now it's going to start taking multiple trips. Leveling up. Yeah. 9 rune crafting. That is earth runes, rock fragments, earth esslings, and earth platforms. Most importantly there obviously is earth runes. The earth altar is actually also here, near Varrock. Just out to the northeast instead of west. And as it is a higher level rune, it actually gives more experience per essence. So there are some benefits for switching to earth runes at some point. Air runes are obviously more useful though, since they're for magic. So we'll see how much that feels like it's worth it. I feel like the XP boost for going to earth runes instead is kind of offset by the ability to actually train magic in the future. But it's good to have options at least. 10 rune crafting. Milestone. Nice. That is dust runes and air rune crafting gloves. Those are not things. I'm going to drop the air rune stack here to show something. We've got this many era rune pure essence here. Like 22. Craft the air runes, and we get 11 rune crafting. And an interesting number of air runes there. 37. 2 air runes per essence at level 11. Might be a situation here. That would have been more than that. I think this is a thing. You get progressively more runes per level up to the guarantee at the actual level. So at 11, we actually get the full double air runes. And as we get higher levels, we'll eventually be getting sometimes triple runes. So that's something. Interesting. So I don't think that was an original feature. It would just get either 1 times or 2 times. This increases linearly as you get to the next level. Interesting. Looks like the probability of getting the next doubling, or not doubling, the next extra rune at the level below it tops out at 60%. So you go from 1 times up to 1.6 at level 10. That's straight to 2. And then we're going to start ramping up to 2.6 and then to 3. So It's not exactly linear, it's still got bumps in it. Makes the individual levels where you actually unlock the extra runes still feel nice. So we're going to be getting some number of runes in total here as we get our levels up and have more chances at extra runes, and we mine 4 essence at a time and the altar's in the wrong place. Rune crafting. It's a whole thing. But we are going to be not doing more for right now. As it currently stands, rune crafting is not the main priority. And there's going to be more beneficial things added in the future to really make this whole thing even better for us. We don't really need rune crafting for a little bit here. And we've got bigger priorities, like using this axe here to do some more wood cutting and fletching, while we still have the axe. As much as it did take us 3 times the drop rate to get this air talisman, still easier to get back than 5,000 more fire giants. I'm just gonna drop the runes. I guess we can hold the runes for a second here while we teleport back over to where we want to be. We will sell the rune pickaxe. Technically we could alch it, but that would mean we need to go get a nature rune, and it's not really worth it. Also, by the looks of things, we could probably get away with a worse pickaxe, since we were one-tapping the pure essence every time. So, I will look into whether or not we can just not use a rune pickaxe. But losing 16,000 coins, things could be worse. Things could be worse. I think they have a knife here. There's also a knife where we're going, so it's not a big deal either way. Yeah, there it is. Grab a knife so we can go back to doing some fletching over in Camelot. And that will do just fine. But with all the rune crafting taken care of and all that, we are now pretty much free to move on to more things. We're not going to be doing rune memories, because even though it is quote-unquote a replacement for rune mysteries, we already did rune mysteries. We don't need an extra quest point. We don't need rune memories for anything, unlike some of the other half-time travel shenanigan quests that became requirements for future quests which come out before the changes. Rune memories is only good for giving us more rune crafting experience we shouldn't have, and not much else. It's required for another quest which comes out after the replacement in 2012. So there's no real reason to head through that time portal right now. It's going to look awkward here for the next years and years. But we've done what we need to do. And also, these are technically 2003 because they came out in beta, but realistically we're in 2004. Which also has another thing happening here, which we will get to when we get to it. But here is our list. 2004. Next time. Goodbye.